Whew, third time's a charm, maybe fifth time. I wanted to come off and do something off the cuff. Normally, my videos are scripted, and I try to hone my writing chops um, for my videos. But I thought, I want to just come on here and be a little just be myself on this one. And I mean, not that I'm not myself in my other videos, because I am. Um, I just like to write, and I like to tell stories and to give information. Um, so with this particular video, I just wanted to go off the cuff, unscripted, raw, and share a little bit about my journey to becoming an ex-Mormon. Now, I'm not like your typical ex-Mormon that's touting that they took their records out of the church and did all that stuff. Honestly, I'm just too lazy to do that. I really could care less. So I'm a Jack Mormon or a Black Jack Mormon because I'm gambling on whether or not missionaries are going to come over to my house, and if they do, I'm cool. I'll say hi to a missionary. Um, but my journey started a little over 12 years ago. Um, Maybe even a few more years earlier than that. Actually, the internet was booming, and Google was really getting going, and I started to search the internet. I was questioning some things about the church, some things I had heard, and so I went and searched. Um, went through figuring out things about Joseph Smith and about Brigham Young and about some of the history of the church. And growing up, you know, I wasn't a devout person, um, as far as religion goes. My family was Catholic, and we converted from Catholicism over to Mormonism. Um, and honestly, like growing up was really weird. My mom literally like practiced Santeria, and it was just a wild, wild childhood. And growing up was, church and religion and God and faith weren't like these huge, big things for me. They were more confusing than anything. But I had developed like what I call this cosmic outlook on life, and had this cosmic belief on things. And then during my adolescence, you know, moving from New York City to Utah, uh, learned about how the church is here. There was racism in the '90s. I mean, there's racism still today, but it was like blatant. I mean, I experienced racism. I experienced uh, just all of these negative things with church being excluded, if we didn't go, and just all these different things that pushed me away from the church. And then when I became an adult and I had some struggles growing, in my early adulthood, um, I had two choices. Either I can go back to doing the shit I was doing before, or I could go ahead and go back to church. And so I sought community and started learning a lot about the church. Got married in the temple. My second marriage was in the temple. And but then, like I said earlier in the video, I started to learn things. And this TikTok, YouTube, this cross-platform thing that I'm trying to do, with facts and facts, um, is really, ties closely to that, because that's what I had. I found, and I wanted to find facts about the church because I had questions. And I just want to encourage everyone, through my content, to do that, to search. Um, Everyone, critical thinking is a big deal. It's a big, catch all thing there. And I just want everyone to think for themselves and to find the facts that they have. And if, you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to come on and ask me. Um, people will wonder about my Harry Potter collection. I have a Harry Potter tattoo. J.K. Rowling, and she goes against some of my beliefs as far as LGBTQ. Um, But then at the same time, I have right over here, I have some Star Trek stuff, and you know, that shaped a lot about me, and so I have a whole list of things, a whole bunch of things that I'm trying to answer for myself and to give out to everyone. And if you're offended by my content, you know, leave a comment, bitch about it. I don't care. If you know, need some sort of just anything, just come on and let's engage. Okay. And that's the big thing for me, engage. So hope to hear it from everybody. Hope you all lasted through the 5 minutes and whatever 6 minutes of this video. And if not, cool. And if you have any questions, let me know. So as I will sign off on everything, I hope is engage.